Hello everyone, this is the teaser video for Sunday, July 31st. Sue and I are back from vacation, and this is what we're kicking off the our time back with. And we're going to be looking at two verses, very simple to understand. It's Luke chapter 6, verses 37 and 38. And as simple as these verses are to understand, we're going to realize that we fall short. We fall short all the time. And part of my message today, or when I do this sermon on the 31st, part of this message is just going to be pointing out how easy it is for us to fall short of what these two verses are telling us to do. And unless you make a conscious effort to not do what these verses are telling us not to do, you'll notice it happens all the time. It's a lot of human nature. And we really need to understand and be careful on what is human nature and how human nature in general is sinful. So to be followers of Jesus, we need to take that conscious effort to try to not fall into the traps that are out there. And these verses, chapter 6 of Luke, verses 37 and 38, you've heard them preach from the pulpit before. You probably said amen. You nodded in agreement. And you've probably gone through your life and say, I don't do that. Well, I'm going to be giving some examples, very simple examples, and we're probably going to realize that we all fall guilty. We fall guilty because we are human. We slip up, we make mistakes, we make bad decisions. We do things like that on a pretty common occurrence. And this is a challenge that we're going to try to do what Luke is telling us to do. It does take a strong effort to not fall into those conversations, not fall into the mental thoughts that come into our heads. It could be, the way you see somebody's dressed. You could see somebody's car, the way they're driving. You can see the way somebody carries themselves. You could talk about someone's hygiene. You could talk about all kinds of different things. You could talk about someone who's wealthy when you see something with nice cars. You can, if you have social media and you've got in any type of debates or arguments on social media, you probably fall into this category, and you're going against what Luke is advising us not to do and how we need to behave. And it's so easy to get caught up. And so during my message, I'm just going to give some simple examples in which I think every one of us is going to feel convicted that, yes, I still do that. I admit I still do what these verses are talking about not doing, and it's something you really have to think about and focus on, or you're going to make simple mistakes. And we are human, we are sinful by nature, we are not perfect in any way. So there's a lot of times that we're going to slip up, and I catch myself sometimes, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I can be in the conversation with some friends, and next thing you know, we're doing exactly what Luke is telling us not to do. So I encourage you, as you read these verses, and again, it's only two verses, they're very simple to understand, use it as a self-evaluation and say, oh man, do I still do this? Do I fall short? Again, by the time you hear the sermon and hear some of the examples I give, I think every one of us is going to realize that we fall short. Again, we are in the middle of summer. I know people are traveling. People are on vacation. I know people who've gone on mission trips. I know people who've been volunteering at camp. So there's so many different things that happen during the summer. So if you are traveling, be safe and enjoy your vacation time. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid, so take care. And I look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday. Take care.